What's going on, bowling fans? Welcome back to a different type of video. This is not a ball review. If you just finished the Steel Forge video and you are here now, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it. The end of that video, Justin and I got into a conversation about urethane bowling balls potentially being banned. And we talked about no thumb versus traditional with your thumb, old school way to throw the ball. We talk about all of those topics. And instead of making that video 30 plus minutes, I'm not sure if people would even get to the point of where we had the conversation begin. I decided to make this its own video. I'm going to give it a shot and see what you guys think and see if people watch it. Please comment your faces off below. I want to really dig deep into this issue and see what people think. We just want to know your thoughts. So, enjoy. It's going to be weird because there's parts of the edit that kind of coincide with the video that... Anyways, I'll just stop talking. Enjoy it, and I'll see you at the end.
Let's talk about something. It's going to beat a dead horse. Some people are going to hate me for it. Some people just don't care anymore. And then I guess I can give my opinion on it. We can hear yours too. I guess they're in serious talks about what to do with urethane balls. So it might actually get banned. Like urethane might be banned. PBA, USB-C, and then there was something like if your local tournament agrees to have it, then you can throw it, whatever. Some people live and die by urethane. It is what it is. I never throw urethane. Like if I'm going to a short pattern tournament, I'll carry a tank. The odds of me throwing a tank are slim. Like in all honesty, right? Like I won't even beat around that bush. I've thrown the stronger tanks before, like the blue one, the carbide. Those are awesome. The Blitz, Desert, all-time favorite. But anymore, like I just don't throw them like that. And I know a couple other guys that will choose to throw reactive over urethane. So my thoughts on this whole ban urethane, to me, my personal opinion, this is just how I think, even though I don't throw it. I personally don't think it should be banned because it's not like it's only regulated for certain people to throw. If you only average 215 and above, you can throw urethane. Different story, right? Because not everybody would have access to it. Not everybody would get it or can get it or something like that. My thought is if everyone can get it, everyone can throw it. If you don't like how it messes up your shot on the lane, if you don't like how they break down, I think Belmo came out and said it best. He literally said, go get better and figure out how to work around it. Figure out how to still beat that guy, which to me makes sense, right? Just in golf, man, to ban certain things is just ridiculous. Like you're not going to ban a lob wedge or a driver. Everybody has access to it. It is a tool in their arsenal. They can still use a driver. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Let's hear them, guys. What are your thoughts? I don't know. What do you think, man?
My 2 cents on this, and this is from anyone that's just watching. If you made it this far, thank you for
Right.
staying in here. This is where we get into the weeds at the end of videos, honestly. So anyone that doesn't know my background, I drilled. I had a pro shop for almost 20 years, like just almost got to the 20-year mark, somewhere around there. So, and
Yeah.
I was drilling in the first 10 years from the late 90s into the early 2000s, where we just got into really strong reactives at that point, and the urethane kind of resurgence didn't hit. I mean, people did use urethane, like the old school guys or like the slow tweener guys that didn't have a lot of ball
Yeah.
speed. Like it was a very niche group of people that were using that type of
Yeah.
ball. Here's the problem, and I'll try to put this into a ball and not sound like a hater because I'm not. I honestly I don't care. I don't bowl anymore. I bowled a handful of turns in my life. I was never losing money to these guys and being upset. So
Right.
the two-handed no thumb bowling
Oh, that's another one.
has it's not the urethane ball. It's the type of bowler that is using the urethane ball. And you brought up something about golf, saying that banning certain equipment to even the playing field can be looked in both ways. It's good or bad, and however you want to look at it. Major League Baseball, these guys use wood bats. They're very specific. I'm sure. Did you
Yep.
hear about the mass of the bat thing in the early beginning of the season with the
Yeah.
Yankees hitting like a million home runs and all that kind of stuff? So, but your bowling is so unique in its own situation that it's
Oh,
not like it's almost when you're using no thumb, when you're using just the two fingers, you have a very obvious, distinct mechanical advantage on the bowling ball. So you're doing something to the bowling ball that if you are not, if your thumb's in the ball, there is 1 or 2% of the population that can create the axis tilt, axis rotation, and the rev rate that guys that throw it with two hands or no thumb, right? And those people with the two-handed no thumb style that create a distinct mechanical advantage on the ball itself that a lot of people cannot do. Those are the guys that are using the urethane balls, and those are the guys that are going to suffer
but a
from.
lot of them don't use urethane though in tournaments. A
So
lot
I'll
of
go back.
it's
I'll go back to my original point. Drilling for 20 years, and
yeah.
I can count on one hand the amount of people that I drill the urethane ball for.
But now let me ask you this question
Talking
though,
about
because
thousands and thousands of bowlers, and I drilled for guys that bowled on the PBA. I've drilled for guys that are
yeah,
champions. I've drilled for very talented players in my
yeah.
time at the drill press. And rarely ever would I have a person walk in and be like, I need the latest, I need this urethane ball.
Oh yeah,
It was so unbelievably rare. Then we're talking about the top echelon of some of the best physical bowlers on the planet. I don't hear, Billy Joe from freaking, Monday Night Men's League. He's pissed off that the urethanes are getting, he can barely wrinkle the strongest asymmetric ball on the planet. This guy
right.
doesn't care if the urethane gets booted. Like that that's not the audience. And I feel like there was a couple professionals like PBA guys, like old school guys that looked at no thumb bowling and two-handed bowling as you're not really bowling. It's kind of,
Oh yeah,
and not to sound like a boomer, but there is, this is, like I said before, this is a unique situation in this sport only where you don't have, if you're in the NBA and you're 6'10", you can dunk, that's what you do. But there's guys that are 6 foot and under that have some of the best jump shots and some of the best ball handling. So that's where things even out. With bowling, you're already using very strong equipment that is technically amazing, like what these things can do. Then you're adding even more like actual leverage and advantage with your rev rate and your axis rotation. So is this really affecting a large group of bowlers? I don't think so. I think it's affecting the top echelon of the best two-handers that are
right.
taking everyone's money on tour. And I'll throw this last fact in here because this stupid meeting's an end. But I actually flipped on one of the TV shows a few months ago. I saw it was like on ESPN or something, or Fox Sports or whatever. The entire field on the TV show, not one person had a thumb in the ball.
But with that said, though, with like urethane being banned or whatever, and everybody hating it, one, if you don't like it, learn how to throw it in combat with these people, right? I mean, that's just my thought. And my other thought is going to the two-handed thing. You can do it too.
No, I
Like
can't.
you can
I
practice.
know a lot of guys. I know a lot of really good bowlers that are
But
that
I
would.
guess I guess the better words are nobody's stopping you from trying.
Of course, of course. But that's like saying if you're a pitcher and you're a traditional overhand pitcher that comes over top of the ball, that would be like saying that, hey, your entire life, since you were 5 years old, you've been up here with the ball and then throwing your curveball, throwing your
Yeah.
fastballs. Now we got to go submarine, and we got to go submarine real quick because all those submarine pitchers are throwing it way better than you. Everything you've been doing for your professional life has been
True.
has been keyed into this physical thing, that this muscle memory. So you're telling people that have been throwing with a thumb in the ball that to get over it and to learn how to throw without the thumb in the ball, that
No, no,
that
no, no.
seems
Hold on, hold on.
ridiculous.
I'm not saying get over it and learn how to do it. I'm just saying you have the option.
You
That's all.
have you have
That's
the
all I'm saying.
yeah.
I'm not saying anything beyond that because to say one person like you have to do this or that, no, 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 no. You have the option. You have the option to drill a urethane ball, practice with it, and
Yeah.
get good with it. You have the option to throw two hands with no thumb. and eventually get good with it. I'm not saying how long it's going to take. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, but that's part of the evolution of the sport, right? Because that's where the sport is going, really.
Okay.
But like you do have that option if, like me, I have no revs. I get it. But do I have the option of, you know what, let me try and get more on it and go two-handed? I do. I'd have to put a crap ton of practice in with it. I'd have to put that's what I'm saying. Like you have that option of, right? So like, oh, people who hate urethane never throw it, let's ban it. Okay, but you have the option to go buy a tank or a purple hammer and throw it and get better at it and see what it does and all that. That's what I'm saying is the options.
Counterpoint. We ban urethane and all the two-handers are out there complaining. And then what you just said to me is that, oh, well, it's banned. You can't use it anymore. So
Well, I think
now
that's
you have to go out and you have to get better. You have to learn how to use reactive. So what you just told me to do about my skill level, all these two-handed guys have to go out there and get better at what they do. Both arguments have weight, and you could say the thing to the other group. You can be like, well,
I would say
you're banned, so you got to go get better. Go get better at bowling. You can't bowl with reactive. Oh, too bad. That's not my fault. And
I
then,
would
like, oh, you
I
can't
would
bowl
say
against
that
two-handers. Oops, too bad. That's not my fault.
no, I would say that's a legitimate thing if they decided to ban urethane, right?
Yeah.
Then that's a legitimate argument. But but I'm at the point of now, don't ban it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't personally think it should be banned. I don't think.
Hot take, get rid of it. Get rid of it in the PBA and watch what happens. Watch what happens in the PBA. Watch all the guys with thumbs have a chance again, and you'll see TV shows with one two-hander again, and it'll be
Right.
Jason Belmonte or it'll be like Jesper or someone who.
And then they're saying, so part of the reason for banning it on the PBA was that it's not exciting to watch them throw the same thing over and over again, week in and week out.
Yes, it's hurting you financially. You have these companies putting all of this effort into steel forges and all these other bowling balls, and then they just take a dud from like 2007 and like throw a urethane cover that they just have it in the closet, like you're tripping over it on the hallway. You're like, hey, we should put this piece of crap on this core, and we'll sell it for $170. I remember when I was younger, and I know I'm gonna get cut off right here. When I was younger, I used to watch the TV show on. All right, we're with Justin right now. Here he is. Say hi to everyone. This is Zoom's fault. It's this ridiculous that you need to pay for extra. All right, I'll finish my thought real quick. When I was younger and I used to watch a TV show, man, I used to get so stoked about what bowling balls these guys were throwing because they had a style. Like, I know that as a kid, you look at, Amuleto Monticelli and you're like, man, this guy throws the ball great. But it's in the realm of possibility with practice that I could probably pull that off. But when you see these young kids like throwing the two hands or their back twisting and like their knee, like the way it's physically impressive that they're able to do that. But in the same rate, it's like it's almost an unattainable thing for certain people. And like you said before, it's the same bowling ball going down the lane. It's like 10 pitch blacks and 4 tanks and like 3 hammers. And it's how, if you're supposed to market the sport and you're supposed to make money from it, you can't do that if you have 5 guys on the TV show all using the same thing. And so I get that point too.
Like Jesper Svensson only throws the red 78 urethane ball. I don't know what it's called, but that's all he ever throws. 2 of them. That's it. That's all he ever throws.
Yeah. But hey, man, I don't know. This is we should make a whole other video about this. We should actually like go to people, dude. That's what you should do, man. You should go to the bowling alley and then interview people. No, man, just ask questions. Like film it on your phone, man. We'll make like a cool a urethane yes or no video. I guarantee you that would probably get a ton of views, and people would definitely mess with that content. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in the future. Hey, let us know in the comments below. Do you want us to make a video about this? Now that it's like the last 10 minutes of this video is just going to be talking about this. So yeah.
I think the people who want to ban it are the people who A, don't use it, B, who cannot combat it. The 205 and below.
I don't think those people really care as much as the people that will be affected by it. And I do think there is some marketing there, you know?
There was a poll put out by USBC. Only 4% didn't care. They were like either way, they didn't care.
Really?
4%. 4.
Wow.
Everybody like you had. I think I know I'm going to be wrong. You can find you can find the thing online. There was like 54 or 57% said that there needs to be some kind of reform and or change, meaning ban it, control the hardness somehow, or anything like that. And then I forgot what the other one was.
Interesting.
But that was the poll that actually came out, and I'm almost at that 4% of I don't care what happens because it is what it is.
So, as a non-bowler now, I don't care, but it interests me, and it's always. This is a conversation I've had for 15 years with people that would come into the shop and complain.
And that's the crazy part, because this isn't the first time this has ever come up. You're talking 15 years ago.
For years and years and years, they talked about banning no thumb.
Very first time anything like this has ever come up.
Crazy.
It's not the very Urethane either. It's been said before. It's just, I don't know. People are like, well, how do you control the hardness? And like, think about that. Controlling the hardness, which you'd have to make them so hard because as they soften up over time. So I don't know, man. I'm almost with that percent of I don't care. Do what you do. If you think it's better for the sport, do it.
I don't care, but I'm interested because it's a very polarizing discussion in our sport. And that's why it's very interesting. And you see a lot of people that have a lot of passion. Like even I was getting passionate about it just now because I've had so many of these conversations with people that it's, I guess I'm taking a lot of people's opinions I've heard over the years and sort of, tossing it back and forth. But man, I don't know. This could be a whole nother video that we have here. So, all right, let's wrap this thing up. This is weird. I'm just like I'm holding you to a camera. And all right, say bye to everybody.
Bye. Say bye.
All right, man. I will talk to you soon, buddy. I'm gonna start working on this video now.
All right, dude.
All right, bud. All right, there it is. That's the video. Let's wrap this up because it's way past wrapping up at this point. Okay. See you guys soon. Woo. Thanks, Zoom. Stupid Zoom. Oh, your meetings can't be long because you have to pay for it now. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Everything's about money in this country. Ridiculous. Capitalism. All right, see you soon.